Hey guys, welcome back to Iron Out the Kinks podcast. You're with Luke
and Chelsea.
Happily married couple talking all things kinky, sexy, naughty, and just trying to have a bit of fun, really.
First things first, if you haven't already sent us a submission, head on over to iotk.fun where you can submit your questions, your stories, and your fantasies and confessions or whatever you want to talk to us about.
Yeah, just send it.
Yeah.
We just love hearing it. We're like little gossip queens.
Gossips.
It's fucking sick. And yeah, also say it early. Don't forget to subscribe, like, do all of those things. And also we can see like every week we get more and more listeners, which hopefully means that you're telling your friends about us or like you're sharing the wealth. So keep doing that. Just tell like
your
one
uncle,
or two people. What?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a relationship someone might have.
I don't know.
Send this to your uncle.
People have creepy uncles.
This is so true.
Yeah, no, don't tell. I'm going to say no. But, you know, tell someone. And, you know, you never know. You might be helping somebody deal with stuff that's behind closed doors that you don't know about. And also it helps us. And you all seem to like us. So fucking help us. So
jump straight into Naughty Corner.
Bam. Finger deep.
Okay, we've got 3 this week, so strap on in.
Strap on.
Right, I've always had low-hanging balls. It's the opener. Stop it.
That's not what I ever thought I'd hear my wife say.
Okay. And when having... Luke's crying into his jumper right now.
Right, sorry, professional. We're professional. Come on.
Okay. And when having sex doggy style, they hit around my partner's clit area. Only one partner has told me specifically that she found it very pleasurable. Others don't even mention it. Ladies, what has your experience been like with men with low hangers, aka saggy balls? Does it make it feel any different at all?
Do they think I'm a lady?
You can answer it. Well, hang on. Let's get your... What's your thoughts on this? What do you think a woman would think about this?
Well, I've been told, and you've told me, like you like the feeling of my balls hitting your... Then
yeah.
How... I don't think he's got... I think he's just got normal balls.
Yeah, it sounds like he has normal balls.
If they were hitting her belly button or her tits...
Or like her mons pubis.
Why'd you have to go like this? Just if they were like... If it was like cheek clap, 2 seconds later, ball slap on the stomach or something, then I'd be like, Jesus, he's got some low balls.
Yeah, I feel like if you're having sex with a girl doggy style and your balls are hitting her clit, that's normal.
On target.
Yeah.
And I like I say, I've heard that's enjoyable.
For sure.
I've never heard anyone go, yeah, his balls were hitting my clit. It was horrible.
Yeah, but also it's probably not something that you're going to like comment on because it's not unusual. Yeah. So if you're saying that other women haven't specifically mentioned it to you, it's probably because it's completely normal to them. But, you know, I've said it to you, like I like it when that happens. Yeah. Because we're close and we talk about everything to do with sex. So, yeah, I'd say from a woman's point of view, don't worry about it. Like, I'm pretty sure women like it. And also from a woman's point of view, which is mine, because apparently I'm a woman. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. That feels like something that somebody is... It feels like something where somebody in the changing rooms has gone, fucking hell, mate, your balls are hanging low. Because it was a bit warm. Get a warm shower. In their head, they're like, my balls are really low, you know? When they're not, they're just kind of normal. Yeah. Maybe your mate's got tiny little balls. I would be more worried if my balls weren't slapping anything. Yeah. That would be just a concern to me. Held up in there. Yeah, a tight little bun. No, yeah. I don't know. I've never had balls slap my clit because I'm clitless. But yeah, no. Never read that first sentence ever again to me, right, please. Never will. So the next one. At what point should I leave a guy? Honestly, this dude is one of the few decent, yes I know, bare minimum guys around here. At the time we started dating though, he's changed a lot. He was way better when we were friends, sweet, caring, and basically just the ideal guy. First off, I should say by saying I'm asexual and really just someone who prefers innocent relationships where you kind of just take it slow. I've already told my boyfriend this, but he keeps on forcing me to masturbate with him on FaceTime. It makes me feel like the whole relationship just became based on sex and desire, which isn't really what I want.
A few other red flags include him telling me that he can't live without me and that he'd off himself if I leave.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Planning out names of our grandchildren. Yes, grandchildren, even if I'm not ready for that yet. He also makes and laughs at rape jokes. He can't control his words and tells me when he's mad at other things like a game among others. A side note is that I've already told him about all of these, and though he keeps saying he'd change, there really isn't any improvement. I feel like I'm just being dumb at this point, but I really care for him. Can you tell me what I should do, please? Any help would be appreciated. Thank you so much.
I mean...
Straight off the bat, 100% honesty, you are not compatible.
No.
If he's a guy and sexual desire and all that is a thing that comes with most men, and you're admittedly asexual and he's not respecting your boundary there, that's probably the biggest red flag in itself.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of red flags here. We're fighting through the red flag parade to find the biggest one, but that's the respect issue of like, this is not what I want to do, and he's like, well, you're doing it.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up. What am I saying? That's super fucked up.
Here's my boundary. Will you respect it? No, I won't.
Exactly. When do you break up with him? About 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, that's everything you said. And you said he's a decent guy.
He's a decent guy, yeah.
Jesus, move to somewhere where that is classed as exactly what it is, which is shit.
She says he's one of the decent few. Yes, I know, bare minimum. Bare minimum is him respecting a sexual boundary.
Yeah, and not making jokes about something so fucking awful. Like, yeah. And having the emotional maturity to control his anger over a game. I get annoyed.
Yeah.
But I don't like...
You recognise it in yourself when you've really got annoyed, which is like, it's happened like once or twice.
Yeah, and I'll normally just switch off and just sit there and pout for a little bit and then get on with my day. You know, it's the answer, 3 to 6 months ago. How long did they say they've been together?
She didn't say.
So whenever you got together, the day after you got together was the right time to break up with him.
So they were friends beforehand. He was sweet, caring, and basically just the ideal guy. And now they've got together and this has changed. Yeah. At what point should you leave the guy is your main question here, and it's ASAP. Nice. Nothing good is going to come of this. So stop wasting your energy.
It doesn't sound like he's like dangerous or anything, but he's just not. He's
not compatible.
Not a good match. I don't know who he's a good match for, but good luck to them. Because he is. He's not for you. Sorry.
No, breakups suck, but rip the band-aid off and you're going to feel so much better.
This one sounds like it'll be a good breakup for her, you know. And the toxic threatening of like, I'll off myself if you leave me. One, that's because he knows he's being a shithouse.
Yeah.
And 2, that's so manipulative.
Yeah.
Trying to put that guilt on somebody. I'm sorry. Like, you can't be bullied and coerced into staying with somebody who is doing all of these things.
No, very, very, very toxic.
Yeah. Fuck this guy. Sorry. If he's listening, fuck you. But yeah.
Yeah. Do that ASAP, girl.
All right, what's the next one? We're flying through these.
We are flying through these, aren't we?
Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about the time. I've got the time. You keep going.
My husband and I have been together 10 years now, married for 7 and have 2 children together. We have an active sex life and he's always had more kinks than I do. We explore new things often. I say no when I'm not interested in something. We had a conversation today that was sex related, and at one point he said to me, it's borderline emotional abuse to keep saying no to certain things sexually. I was at a total loss after this, like massive jaw drop, who the fuck even are you loss. Quotation marks, saying no to certain sexual acts is emotional abuse. What? He said he was joking and apologised after, but quickly brushed the conversation away. He's always been respectful of my boundaries, but this made me question things. I feel like I've lost all desire for him, like I've now got an ick over ever having sex again almost. I don't know how else to approach this.
Shit, this one's...
Right. Firstly, saying no to sex is not abuse.
No, it's not.
But what
abuse.
could be considered is coercing someone into a sexual act that they don't want to perform.
Fucking yeah, good shout, babe.
Thank you.
Put.
Thank you.
Listen, just tell him that you're really like into getting gangbanged by like 20 blokes whilst he watches, and be like, I want you to then swallow all of their cum. Are you saying no to me? Are you emotionally abusing me right now?
I love your toxic answers.
I mean, sometimes holding a mirror up to somebody isn't enough. You need to smash the mirror into their face.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the easiest way to do it. Be like, so you're saying you want something, I don't, therefore I'm the problem here.
Yeah, flip your roles.
That's not fair. Okay, I want something, you don't. Are you the problem now? And make it something he'd really not enjoy.
I'd be interested to know what, she hasn't specified what it is that she said that she's not on board with.
Yeah, but some people don't want to be open about that, and that's okay. But he's... the issue is, if it was kind of a bad, flippant joke comment type thing, you don't want to be like, yeah, fuck that guy. Because sometimes we say stupid shit, and then you're like...
Sometimes?
We record ourselves saying stupid... I record myself saying stupid shit. But you then end up in a position where you are like, there's no way out of this little hole that I've dug.
Yeah.
And it wasn't what I meant. I was just being stupid. And that's not trying to...
I know, I understand what you're saying.
I'm just, we got to look at both points of view, but then also just that's not a very good joke in any way. No, and you would hope he would know that as someone who's meant to love you.
I mean, they've been together a long time, and like she said, the sex life is good and they're always trying new things. So maybe, again, not on his side at all, but maybe it was like just a reaction, like a defensive reaction.
Yeah, but still, that's a bit of a twat reaction, isn't it?
It is, for sure.
I know what you're saying, but still, that's a bit of a dickhead thing. That would still give me, like, ick, like, oh, you're not... I'm thinking about it now. If you said that to me, I would be like, oh, you're not quite the person I thought you were. And then you were like, no, I'm joking. I'd be like, that would affect me if you said that. That would have an impact on me,
would it eventually blow over? Like, you'd be a bit at first, but could it blow over? Or would there
it's
be a
hard to
lingering
compare
thought?
our marriage to their marriage.
Well, they've been together 10 years, married for 7, 2 children. So, they seem close. So let's say they've got a good relationship.
Would it blow over in my head? I feel like it would always be something that would linger.
Okay.
If you were then to present something you wanted to try and I didn't want to, there would always be that little bit in me that's like, she thinks I'm being emotionally abusive here. Like, is she going to hold this against me? Is it something so bad or something that they want so bad that they will, say something like that, or they consider it emotional abuse, and then people will then soon use that as a ticket to, well, you were being so closed off to my expression, I got it somewhere else. I know I'm taking a fucking massive leap, but I'm just seeing how people would justify just being a fucking prick.
Yeah.
And he's already tried to justify. What he should have done has been like, I'm so sorry. Not brush it off, like hold on to it, own it, and be like, no. Listen, that was a stupid thing to say. I in no way feel that. Look at me. This is how I feel. You know what I mean? Like having that adult conversation, that emotional communication, between us.
Not just,
that is not how it is.
I was joking.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
Because that's such a disregard.
So how does she approach this?
That's a hard question to answer, because there's so much context. They're saying world according to you, world according to me. They're two different things.
Yeah.
And I know we do this as a kind of job almost.
So personally, I would let the dust settle for a few days, and then it would need a conversation again. Because at the moment he's trying to brush the conversation away. He's not ready for a conversation. Maybe he has a little bit of pondering time, you have a bit of pondering time, and then be like, remember that conversation we had the other day? I didn't quite like your response to it. I don't think you were right. And then start a conversation through that.
But where would the conversation go for you?
Because he'll be probably like, what do you mean? What did I say?
No. How would you want it to go?
For him to own it.
What if he doesn't?
Then that's going to be on next week's podcast episode.
No, I think you're right. I think what you're saying is right. So I was just trying to be difficult. I was being obtuse. Sorry. Yeah. I think this is something you need to work through together, and not in the sense of you got to do the work, but as in you need to kind of open that door of expression of this is how I feel now.
Just an adult conversation.
Yeah. Look, listen, you said something that actually made me feel quite disgusting, and I'm not okay with it. I need you to either elaborate, communicate, talk to me, and then you've got to go through what happens next, whether he owns it and explains himself and you believe him, or whether he doesn't and he's, you know, a div.
Yeah,
or
and be openly, like, be completely honest with him. Say to him at the fact that, you know, you said it's given you a bit of an ick. Maybe not them words as such, but just say, like, it's really made me think of you in a different light, and I don't like that side of you. Like, try and pile it on his plate to own it and be like, yeah, completely fucked up my words there.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. For me, it's very much if I've got something in my head, I just give it to you, and I don't necessarily need you to. I'm not trying to angle you to do it the way I want you to. I'm just like, look, listen, this is what happened. This is how I feel, and that's not going to change unless you can sort of convince me. Balls in your court.
Yeah.
You know, because that's it. Or go with my original gangbang
Arrange
idea.
the gangbang, yeah. When he comes in from
don't
work.
actually arrange it.
Oh.
Just say you want to.
Oh. I thought like
Wait,
him walk in from work and she's there ready. Be like, you ready to watch this?
No.
Okay, don't do that.
No. You thought it was that toxic? Right. Okay. What's next?
Quiz on my face.
Quiz on my face. Yes, my turn.
So this week Luke is asking me questions.
What's the current score?
So I believe it is 3-0.
To me.
It might be 4-0. We should really write this down.
I've got it on my phone, but what I don't have is it all together. We need to. We'll collate the results next week.
We'll
you'll
get
know
a
all of the
whiteboard
results.
and pop it next to us.
That would be great.
Yeah.
And we're going to start filming again soon.
Yeah.
The podcast, not anything else.
But if you do want something else, let us know your budget via email.
It needs to be fucking high. All right.
Okay. Yeah, this week you are asking me questions and I currently have a running score of 0. So let's hope I get one right.
I have that. There is some tricky ones, but I think you will get some of these. Okay.
I'm really glad that I've already wrote out next week's questions for you, and they're pretty easy.
Why'd you keep making it easy?
I don't know.
Okay, right. Ready?
Question 1.
I say that. It's my question.
Sorry, I was saying it for you.
Back off. Okay, question 1. What was the most searched British category of porn last year, that being 2024? The most searched British category of porn. Don't forget to play along at home, people.
Got it.
Okay, right, next one. How many men did Bonnie Blue have sex with to break the world record? Exactly.
Got it.
Okay, this is what I was worried about. How long did it take Bonnie Blue to complete this feat?
Got it.
Okay, flying through. What was the first vibrator developed for? If you get this right, I know how you're going to get this right.
I do know it. Hang on. Train of thought.
She's typing.
I know the story of it, but I don't know whether the actual diagnosis I've got is correct, but
Okay.
I've done it.
What percentage, this is the last question, what percentage of women report to have never had an orgasm?
Ooh, I reckon it's higher than expected. Okay.
Ready to roll it back?
Let's do it.
Back to question 1. Okay, what was the most searched British category of porn last year?
MILF.
MILF was correct.
Yay!
I saw that and thought, no fucking way. No way. People
just
loving
feel
those
like
yummy mummies.
I just feel like it's a Brit thing.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay, question 2. How many men did Bonnie Blue have sex with to break the world record?
1,057.
Yes.
Yay.
I am astounded. How long did it take her to complete this feat?
12 hours.
Yep, correct. Fuck my
And do you
life.
know who it was who held the record before her?
Oh, I don't know.
Lisa Sparks.
I don't know who that is.
Oh.
Did the Sparks have an X in it and like 3 X's?
Probably, yeah.
Listen, I love it. But yeah, no, I don't research these things like that. Okay, next one. What was the first vibrator developed for?
Is it like, I know the story, like female hysteria?
Yes.
Is it?
It was a medical aid developed to treat female hysteria. You just imagine being like, yeah, I'm hysterical. Mental.
Yeah.
Okay, and lastly, what percentage of women report to have never had an orgasm?
I'd say 27%.
Oh, that's massive.
Really? Is it less than that?
Less than that, yeah. 15%, which is
still
still
a
a
lot.
lot.
Yeah.
That is still a lot, completely.
Wow.
So you
I got 4 right.
Oh God, I need to fucking switch on
I've
for next
evened
week.
the scores out, haven't I?
You have. You really have. And I saw a really good thing today, actually, talking about Bonnie Blue. And I actually discussed this because I run this quiz through my colleagues. And it was a really good point. And I'm very neutral to anything like that. I don't sit there and judge anybody. I don't sit there. But when you see the judgment that she's had,
yeah,
that's, I guess, it's people's opinions. We get judged for doing this. Like, people are going to have opinions, whatever. Doesn't seem to be a lot of judgment on the 1,057 men who queued up.
Yeah. So my thing, I actually had a conversation with this in the salon the other day.
Oh, of course.
And obviously everyone's quite judgmental for her for doing it. And and I said this, I'm of the opinion that I don't give a fuck that she slept with that many guys in 12 hours. That's her thing. I don't judge her for that in any way, shape or form. She's a sex worker. She's, that's what is it considered sex worker? Yeah, of course it is. She's getting paid for it. Well, she's not getting paid for the sex, but she's getting paid for the video. But yeah, she would be.
Same.
Cool. Don't give a flying fuck about that. I don't appreciate her rage bait.
How so?
Where she's like, barely legal boys. Like, I'll sleep with all the barely legal boys. Yeah. And then when she's like, I'll fuck your husbands and your sons, and like, you're not doing a good enough job for them as a wife, so yeah, I'm going to take them off your hands and I'm going to fuck them and satisfy them. I don't like that. Right. I know it's rage baity, but I still don't like that.
No, but it's like people selling a fight, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're selling an event.
Yeah.
They're trying to get people to get on board with it because they're trying to make money.
Let's flip it quickly with the barely legals.
I'm aware of exactly where you're going to go,
and
that's how I feel.
That, yeah. Then it's very, I don't like that part of it. But go make your money on that whole stunt she did in them 12 hours. Go for it, girl. Yeah.
Like I say, I'm completely neutral. I don't look at it and think I should judge anybody for that. I'm like, if that's your journey, do it. I hope there's no comebacks in the future in terms of, like, I know this is mad, actually. I said about this at work. I haven't really spoke about this. I know, not well, but I know 2 former porn stars.
Yeah.
And they've both had to spend a lot of money having their content removed. This is from...
You can't.
Well, they have.
From where?
It's from everywhere that is a licensed source online. So, and that cost a lot of money, and it can still be republished, and then it has to be searched and taken down again.
Yeah.
And that's because they both had kids. They both had children, and they didn't want that to be tied to it.
The whole Mia Khalifa thing.
Yeah, what?
You like, she took Pornhub.
I only really know her name. I don't know. I've never watched her.
Shut up.
I promise I haven't.
Her.
I'm not into.
No, it doesn't matter if you're into it or not. She is still on the featured pages of everything, everywhere. She can't get her videos taken down.
Did she sell the rights?
I don't know what it was, but she became one of the most famous porn stars ever. One of the most watched porn stars when it first all came out. And I might have the numbers wrong on this, give or take 1 or 2. But she only ever done 7 videos. And
she must have been really good. Maybe I should look her up.
Maybe you should. She's hot. I think she's attractive. Anyway, I
know what she looks like. I've seen her. I've just not watched her porn.
Yeah.
I'm not.
But she only ever made, so it was 6 or 7 videos, and she only got paid about $20,000 per video. And Pornhub have had them up, being their, highest watched, most hottest videos for years now, making absolute millions off them. She doesn't see a penny of it. and she doesn't have the right to have them taken down. So she took Pornhub to
Interesting.
court, and I think she won it against some platforms, but not Pornhub. But they're still to this day making millions off her, and she doesn't see a penny of it. And it's not like she put out hundreds of videos. She only ever done 7.
See, this is where it gets like immoral.
Yeah.
You know, if you could bring the morality into that sex work, it would be and I understand it's about business and I get that, but to a point, there's still I'm not going to go on Pornhub now and see how many videos they got, but it's probably in the millions now. Yeah, they might be your big one, but there'll be another big one. People want to fucking get off to shit. They're not going to be worried. They're going to be like, well, that video doesn't exist. I'm not wanking anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
there's a documentary out there, actually. You'd probably like it. I remember I watched it years ago. But it's the same, like, well, we're getting well off topic now, but it's the same as...
fucking tangented.
When you think of any industry, it's like music industry, the movies industry, it's all run by industry heads, isn't it?
Industry heads, yeah. And this is, again, we're tangenting now. But if you're going to do stuff, you need to create it yourself. And I'm not just talking about sex stuff. I'm talking this podcast.
Yeah.
We won't sell. If it were to become internationally famous, we're not going to sell it. But they're so hard. You can't get into movies without having an agent, a manager, without all of the money getting funneled through the studios, all the way down through management, all the way down through production, and then eventually to you. Same with music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Snoop Dogg said he put 1 billion streams out, and it was like, wow, I must have made a lot of money. Spoke to his agent. He was like, yeah, it's $40,000 for 1 billion streams.
It's mental.
That's crazy. But that's because you got this big funnel you need to go down.
What this year is all about. It's just small creators. And everyone's losing trust in all the big celebs now anyway. So
tell your friends.
Such a tangent.
Listen to our podcast.
But you said about selling the podcast. You know that chicken shop date podcast, the Amelia chick?
Yeah.
I found out today that she nearly sold it before it took off for £500.
Fucking
now
hell.
Look at her.
I'm
smashing it.
I love seeing creators do well. I love seeing anybody do well, to be honest. I just like seeing people do shit and get recognized for it, whether it's the stupidest shit ever that I don't particularly like the content. I fucking love seeing people do well. Fucking YouTubers, I'm like, hell yeah.
Maybe it'll be us one day.
I hope so, because it'd be nice for us to just do this full time. Be able to get the Patreon episodes done when we're planning to, being able to record properly, you know, not having to deal with everything else in life. Anyway, let's move on. Chelsea's giving me the eyes to move on. I'm trying to appeal to our listeners' nature to help us out.
They're not here to hear our sob story. They're here to hear about banging.
And fucking and fingering. Is there anything about fingering coming up?
No.
Oh, well. Switch off. No. Wait. Oh,
anyway,
switch off.
This is a confession. Follow up.
A follow up?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Right. You'll remember them as soon as I speak about it.
Okay.
See if you can get it from the first line. Hi, y'all.
So they're Yanks.
No,
I remember. It's the one where she FaceTimed or phoned her best friend whilst her boyfriend was fucking her.
Correct.
Yeah, cool.
So these guys have followed up. So he is going to recap, I think, kind of. My girlfriend wrote in a confession last week. You read it on air. I'm the Texas half of the long distance relationship. What she didn't mention is how far we explore, encourage and push each other's boundaries. She definitely has an exhibitionist kink, and having her confession read aloud on the podcast absolutely got her going.
Okay.
Love
You're
that.
welcome.
Now, what she didn't mention was how the sexting also included videos of her strapped up and pegging me, which our friend was drooling over. So the potential threesome could go in so many different directions, and we'll be sure to confess it all to you if and when it happens.
When? Don't
It's 100% when.
Don't give me one little courtesy lick and fuck off. Like, I need it all.
Right. But my confession is that I want my girlfriend to hear my confession that I want my girlfriend to hear is how much I really want to lean into free use / CNC fantasy. Since we are long distance, hopefully not for much longer, there is a lot of pressure when we're together to make the most of every minute. With all the built up and anticipation and sexually compatible energy. But I also deeply enjoy the small mundane moments of everyday life with her. Just being around her is such a gift, and the demands of everyday life are something that everyone has to deal with. Now to kink it up. My fantasy is that when we're together and busy with our everyday routine, she still has free use of me at all times, all day long. So if I'm in the kitchen making coffee, she could come up behind me, put my palms on the countertop, pull my pants down and start stroking and edging me. There's nothing I can do about it. Total submission and compliance at any time, and I must obey. She can choose to edge and deny me, use toys on me, or chastity cage if she desires. Or my personal favourite, milk me dry as quickly as she can and then tell me to go get cleaned up and be ready for another round. Again, at any moment, nothing I can do to stop it. That total loss of control with no opportunity to refuse at any moment during the day is so hot to me. Love the podcast, keep up the good work, and we'll keep sending you our true life filthy confessions if you'll have them.
Please keep sending them.
We will have them.
I was just like, I was a listener then. I wasn't in front of a microphone. I was like,
you like
oh
that?
My God. Yeah, fuck yeah. And the sexual compatibility and the fact that God. And yeah, all of that makes me smile so much.
I love these guys. Please just keep sending us everything about your life.
Hey, I'm going to do what Yanks do to British people.
What's that?
I'm in Texas soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we might bump into each other.
He's in Texas.
Yeah, exactly. We might bump into each other because it's small, right?
It's a tiny little town, I think.
Exactly. Like Americans do to us when they're like, oh, you're from England. Oh, you must know John. Yep.
Yes,
sure.
I do.
There's only millions of us. Anyway, no, just keep sending them. They are fucking fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so we've got a random submission this week that doesn't actually fit into a category. So I'm just going to read it out. It's not really sex related, but I feel like we can just read it.
Okay, I'm in. I'm sold. Come on then.
Right, I was enjoying your most recent podcast, episode 19. He's a bit behind.
Yeah, there's a little while behind. That's fine.
Friday morning while I was at work. It's a great way to take my mind off some of the mundane tasks, and I'm wearing hearing protection, so earbuds hide nicely. I got about halfway through your episode and I was like, I don't quite feel right. Paused the podcast, drove myself across town to the emergency room. A couple of hours and tests later, I had an emergency appendectomy.
Yeah, appendicitis, okay.
And now Tuesday evening, I've finally had the chance to finish the episode. Not really an embarrassing story, but certainly not something I would have expected while listening to you guys. And I had to wait to finish the podcast.
So did we bring on the appendicitis?
Maybe.
Are we at fault? Can we be sued?
It had nothing to do with us. What are you talking about? You wasn't listening to our episode.
Oh my God. Right, cancel. Let's delete episode 19. I don't know what the fuck happened in episode 19. That was a while ago we recorded that.
Yeah. It might have been a while ago he submitted this, but I just got round to finding it.
Sorry. Hopefully you're okay.
Yeah, I hope you're okay. That's crazy. It's so weird to think of people like just out in the world living their normal life listening to us.
We say this all the time.
I know.
It's crazy that people just listen to us, and we see how many thousands of people listen to us, and it's like, that's wild that so many people are listening to us.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right. Oops, wrong hole.
Yes. Let's do this.
So I think we've got a few.
A few?
Yeah, we got 3. that is a few.
There's more than a couple.
That's technically a few.
Okay.
Right. Hey, sexy people.
Take your hands off the
I
microphone.
don't know why I'm holding it like a really
You're holding
big
it like
penis.
a big dick. Yeah. It's really weird.
Okay. Hey, sexy people. I'm a new listener after my sister introduced me to your podcast. I'm a lesbian and wanted to tell you about a recent sexual encounter I had. There was a girl who was contracted to do some work in my office. Imagine Chelsea with sexy glasses. Yes, Chelsea, you're stunning. I would 100% bang.
Okay. Pause. Listen, people say they want to bang my wife all the time. But so I don't hear any of this. I don't see any of this when it gets sent in. Chelsea's the only person who has access. And she was reading this yesterday and she giggled and she went, oh, there's a girl who wants to bang me, but you'll hear about it. And listen.
Luke couldn't let it go. He was like, tell me the whole thing. I'm like, no, you'll find out tomorrow.
But I just want to say, number one, obviously, you're smoking hot. Number 2, thank you so much for making my wife feel good and laugh. Because, regardless of how we all see her, Chelsea doesn't always see herself like that. And that's annoying. So yeah, thank you for saying you'd bang my wife. And listen, if you're close by, I'm down to just watch, if you don't mind, just a little peeping Tom in the corner. I'm cool with that. We've been there, we'll do it again.
We sure have. Right, can I resume?
You carry on.
Okay. We got on well, and us gays, we can sense another gay. After talking, I got her name and gave her a little follow on Insta. We flirted and hooked up. We used a strap on, and little did I know she had not prepared for this. I was fucking her anal style, and while I removed the dildo, it was covered in poo. I didn't want to embarrass her, so I didn't mention it. Little did I know that she was going to turn around and start sucking the dirty dildo. I nearly threw up in my mouth. Had to stop her. Told her I needed to go and haven't spoke to her since. She's very much on the block list. I feel awful, but it made me gag.
But how did she not know?
How did she not know?
Maybe she's into that.
Maybe that's what she was going for.
Yeah. Because again, we need context on, did she say stick it in my ass? Or did you just be like, I like fucking you in the ass?
I just feel like you would know that you've done that. I would know if I'd released.
She doesn't want to have sex with you anymore. She doesn't. But no, listen, it was still enough to get me a little bit hot under the collar.
Did you like that for a moment?
For a moment, I was like, okay, anal, nice. All right, strap on, anal.
And then your face went horrified.
Poo. Yeah, why is there poo? There's always poo. Cool. Well, thanks. Thank you.
Right, next one. A lesson learned not to fuck drunk.
Oh, that's the best fucking.
You haven't heard their story yet.
Okay.
I was working at a nightclub in my teens and went on a staff night out. The manager, who was notorious for sleeping with staff, was flirting with me.
Of course.
And even though I knew it was dangerous territory, I was newly single and enjoyed the attention. Fast forward to many, many, many more drinks, I agreed to go home with him. Forgetting, I was in full flow of my period.
Okay.
I told him and he said he didn't mind if I didn't.
Good lad.
Good boy. On my way back from the loo to pull out the tampon, I'd accidentally, drunkenly stumbled into his housemate's room and turned on the light, waking him and his girlfriend up. They must have thought they were in a very low budget horror film, as they were fully screaming at this naked mess of a woman in the doorway, bleeding everywhere.
Oh,
Needless to say, this was a very sobering moment. I found my way back to my manager's room, got dressed as quickly as I could without saying a word, and ran out the door to find the nearest taxi rank. Next shift at work was very awkward, but bless him, it was never spoken about, and I never told anyone until now. Oh, with your manager as well.
I know, that's the thing.
You can't just never see that person again.
No, you've got to look at them in the eye.
And respect them.
Yeah, they've got to tell you the shift's next week. And they're like, okay, yeah, Tuesday? Are you on? I mean, are you working? Oh, God. Listen, fucking fair play.
No. Next one?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Luke and Chelsea. They always say Luke first, even though if we're going alphabetically, it should be Chelsea and Luke. I introduced the show,
that's why.
Maybe
that's how
I
you're here with Luke and Chelsea. I've said to you so many times, do you want to introduce it? And you're like, no.
Okay, so this isn't necessarily an embarrassing story, but I definitely need to share. About 3 years ago, a new girl started at my place of work. She was stunning, banging body, and she was the first female to join the team at a senior role. Pretty much every bloke in the team wanted her. She was a lot younger than most of us. Anyway, I always had flirty banter with her. However, she was always very private about her personal life. We hardly knew anything about her apart from she went to a nice university and had a child when she was 16. We didn't know much more. She was really nice. He likes her.
He's mentioned that a couple of times.
There was a few times we had this moment, like we would have a project work together and the sexual chemistry was insane. The temptation not to kiss her lips. After about a year of her joining, we were both selected to go on a work business trip out the country and save money for the company. And to save money for the company, I offered to pick her up. We spent nearly 4 hours driving to our hotel. She accidentally brushed my arm on the journey. Sexy.
Oh, God. I don't know if it feels like he might be misreading the situation here.
Let's find out.
She kept looking at me in the eyes. I wanted to kiss her on the lips.
I just knew something was going to happen. We got to the hotel rooms and we were opposite hotel rooms. I take a seat on the bed and I got a text from her saying there's only showers. Please tell me you have a bath. Fortunately, I had a bath. Basically, she knocked on the door wearing just a towel. It was ridiculously hard not to touch her.
This is, we're going to talk about consent after this.
She got out the shower and I could see the outline of her nipple bars through the towel. I instantly got hard. I invited her out for a meal. We got really drunk, ended up having the most amazing sex. She knew how to suck a dick. She completely rocked my world. She rimmed me. It was like a porno. She was filthy. How did a 43-year-old get a 27-year-old? Oh, he's 43.
Yeah,
she's
he's
27.
43.
Yeah. The next day we had our conference and she acted like nothing had happened. I thought, yep, professional. It was kind of hot how she did it. To celebrate the end of it, we all went out for a meal. This also led to another drunken night and again ended up having amazing sex. I slept with a few wild girls in my time, but this was next level. We even did anal. It was like a dream. The journey back was silent, but not awkward. I grabbed her leg and she kept giggling. She fell asleep in the car. I dropped her home, helped her get her suitcase out of the car. She opens the door and I think, oh, round 3. She then greets her husband.
Oh, fuck.
I thought it was the start of a sexual relationship. 2 years later, we have never spoken about the work conference and now she's my boss. But who else can say I fucked my boss in the arse?
Not me. Not me. Right. I don't know. I feel like the silence in the car, because it was awkward for her. How she acted like it didn't happen because she was drunk. Listen, I don't want to slander this man. He might be exactly right.
It's a story. Do you know what? He's had a wild little sex conference.
Yeah, he got to stick his penis in a butthole. He got rimmed. Listen, getting rimmed is fucking top notch. We all know this. So, yeah, congrats. I'm not going to say anything more. Just don't don't give lingering looks to women like you're going to kiss them.
He has just like kind of bullet pointed this for us. We don't know everything that's happened there.
Yeah. Well, we know she's married.
Anyway.
Next.
What's next?
Oh, would you rather?
Would you rather? So Luke is asking me this week.
God, that last one put me through a fucking loop, honestly. Okay, right. So think about this one when you're listening to this as well, okay? Would you rather every time you orgasm, one person in 100 square mile radius gets a 3-second clip of your climax? They get a video of it. Or 100 people in a 10 square mile radius randomly get a picture of your cum face. The people with the cum face get the picture, they can delete it. Or it will be deleted in an hour.
Okay.
But the video stays.
So what's the radius of the video?
The video is 100 square mile.
And it's how long? 3
seconds.
I choose that one.
Really?
Yeah.
So someone's got a video. It's people, just random people will have, every time you orgasm, every time. So imagine we're having a session and you have multiple orgasms. Yeah. Every single one, somebody out there has watched.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah. I don't think cum faces freeze frame are sexy.
They don't know what it is. They just get a picture of your face in the moment of orgasm, in the moment of explosion. It might be good.
They know what it is.
They don't know.
They know.
They don't know.
There's no other time in my life I pull that face. They know what that is.
I've seen that face and you pull it all the time.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. When you're cutting onions, when you've stubbed your toe.
You're not even in the kitchen when I'm cooking. What are you talking about? Yeah, I choose the video.
Choose the video?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'd take the cum face. I would just change my cum face to just like a headshot for a movie.
Great
I'm
audio.
Done. Great for audio, yeah. What I just did there was a perfect headshot face. Yeah, no, I think I'd take that.
Really?
Yeah.
But like, let's just say you can't.
I don't want people to see me coming.
Why? You don't know them. 100.
I might. It might hit one of the people
I know. It's unlikely.
I know.
Your cum face is more likely to hit the people you know.
That's true. That is true. But then they just get a pic. It's like a selfie of me, and they're like, "What's this selfie?" And I'll be like, "Oh, it was just a mistake." And they're like, "This is the third time you've sent it to me this week."
today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't
yeah,
know.
no, that
Yeah, I don't know.
I choose the video.
That's mental. So just random people every time you come.
Yeah, 3
Random
seconds is
people.
nothing.
Yeah, but they see it. They see you naked. They don't, not like under the quilt, not hiding, no clothes on. They see you coming.
Oh, now I don't know. I was expecting like little like
No.
peeping under the
No.
blanket.
I mean, like, even if I'm on top of you, I'm not there.
Oh no, then the
They
picture.
can just see you coming.
Let's do the picture.
100 people.
But then we're never having sex around anywhere our families live.
We don't anyway. We both live hundreds of miles away from our families.
Yeah, I choose the picture now. You've changed my mind.
Sorry, yeah, I put an added limb on it. You were too quick. You were too quick. I didn't like it. Right, are you happy?
I'm happy.
Okay, cool. I'm happy. As we said at the start, feel free to hit us up with submissions and subscribe to us, like us, tell your fucking friends. Get on our Instagram. I can't remember the name of it.
Have a guess.
Ironing Out the Kinks.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Well, the other things are other things. It's mental. We've also got YouTube. Have a look at us on YouTube. Our podcast goes out on YouTube now, so if you want to listen to your podcast on YouTube, you can. That helps us as well with potential income in the future, maybe. That'd be nice, because I spent thousands of pounds on this equipment and I had nothing back.
It's giving like, more please.
Please, sir.
More please, sir.
Can I have some more? And we are going to be recording the episodes again soon on video, so you can see us, and they'll be up on YouTube and stuff. So just jump on, subscribe, and then when stuff gets uploaded, you'll get notified.
We'd love that.
We'd really love that. Like, really? I nearly split my lip by fucking spreading my mouth so much then. Jesus.
Happy?
I'm happy, right. Take care, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.